Hello there and welcome to my channel. So we're going to get into a method that you can apply literally starting today. That's worked for me, done wonders, and I live by it till this day. Now, I do have a disclaimer. It is not for everybody. Whenever you come to my channel, I want you to put away the absolute mindset because we're not absolute creatures, right? We're very, very unique, just like our fingerprints, right? So everybody's different. If this method doesn't fit for you, whether it be psychologically or physically, let it go. All right. Leave it for the next person. However, it's worked for me for the last 10 years or so of my life. So let's get it on. All right. Now, calories in versus calories out has a bad rap. All right. I just want to dive deep into it because there's a lot of information to cover. I got my notes here because I want to make sure I'm not missing any valuable keynotes for you guys. So getting right into it, right? Calories in versus calories out. Now, I do want to state that, again, it's not for everybody. This does require a discipline and a certain mindset that even if you don't have it today, we can work on that. Like literally accounting for what you're doing for yourself with your energy expenditure and your energy intake, because that's what counting calories is all about, allows you to build a discipline like no other. Okay. So this alone, just staying strategic to it, will allow you to uncover truths that you probably don't know about yourself just yet. All right. Stay with me. So calories in versus calories out applied. Don't know what calories are. Is just energy. Energy, just like a car with its gas, calories is to us, right? So it is our fuel. With no calories, we good luck getting to move around, right? Let alone feel good on your day to day. So we need calories, all right? Anybody who is literally depriving themselves of calories, you're not doing any justice for your body, okay? None at all. So eat your calories, all right? Very important. Now, we're going to break it down in a numerical fashion, but we all know that quality matters. Quality will give you better results in your day-to-day function. However, we're not talking about that today, okay? Let's play the numbers game, bringing math into the equation of getting to our goals. And mind you, that many people are trying to lose weight. It's unfortunate, but a lot of us are, including myself. When I started my journey, it was on a weight loss, or more so. I use quotation marks because it's not just weight, because we can take off a limb. That's 10 pounds, whatever you want, but ain't what we're trying to do, right? So fat, all right? Even myself, when I started my journey, coming out of the military and all, contrary to popular belief, I was beaten up, told up. I had to get into my fat loss transformational journey, and I'll share that with you. Just like the majority of us, because we are unaccounted for. Okay, we're not monitoring our progress. We're not staying accountable. We have no idea as to how many calories we need to put into our body, let alone how much protein, all these sources, what is what. They don't teach us this in school. And because of that reason, a lot of us are starting on a fat loss journey. So let's get down to the energy expenditure, because fat, guys, in case you didn't know, stored fat is just stored energy. All right. Now imagine you have your reserves in a gas tank for a car, for a vehicle, right? Now imagine that your car can expand and expand, so that way you can continue to pour in gas and pour in gas. But now you can't park nowhere, the wheels are now like corroding and whatnot, like there's too much pressure on them. That's your joints. The car is the best analogy, actually. I like it. I'm gonna keep using it. So think of fat like that. Gives you more energy, but too much of anything can be a bad thing. All right, to include energy. Hence, over we spill over our skin, they inflame, our tissues and organs inflame to make space for what doesn't belong, but it is there for our use. So let's use it, okay? Now, as I said, not for everybody. You must be disciplined, or at least be willing to acquire the discipline that it requires. It does take a lot of hard work, okay? But it is a simple math. Quite simple, not easy. I do want to say that it may not be suitable if you're suffering from anxiety, depression, any mental illnesses or anything of the sorts. Might want to take it with precaution. However, your girl been struggling with anxiety all my life. And guess what? This is the only thing that works for me, guys. Only thing. Whenever the world gets too noisy, it gives me something to control, So I get down my pen and paper. I got to start strategizing, get my thoughts out, and then just focus on this. And guess what? I lost the weight, never put it back on. Never. I might have fluctuated. My muscles might have been depleted and then full and then, but I never put on the weight, guys. All right. And I wonder why. Let's go ahead and break it down, right? So the math for fat loss, all right, because if you guys didn't know, it takes about 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat. So when people are losing way too much too quickly, you got to question, is that healthy? Right? Is it all fat or is there some water, muscle tissue, all that stuff that can also be added into the equation of overall weight? That's why I don't depend on weight. I depend on knowing my body fat composition and that is the one that's going and not the one that I want to keep, which is my lean muscle mass tissue, right? So got that out of the way. 3,500 calories. What that mean though? Do the math. 3,500 calories is a lot of calories in a day. Now imagine somebody like me, I'm eating on average about 2,000 calories daily. So to expel more than what I'm consuming is going to require a little bit more than just a day, right? So I break that down. Now we have trackers. I do want to start first with food because that's simple, right? Let's get that out of the way. And the reason why I say it's simple is because a lot of people complicate that. I'm not a complicated woman. That's why I'm able to sustain what you see in front of you. I love simplicity because then I can repeat it and make it a habit, right? Work smarter, not harder. So I love to eat, all right? You might see me as small as I am. Believe it or not, you need to eat to sustain your muscle. Your muscle might be the same weight. This is why weight don't matter, guys. Get rid of your scale and focus on how your body's feeling, how you're feeling, and that can give you a lot more feedback than the scale itself. Now, if you put muscle and fat on a scale and they both weight the same, I bet you they don't look the same. So fat tissue takes up way more space than muscle. Muscle's more dense, it's tight, gives you that tone definition. That's why I prioritize muscle in everything that I do, responsible for longevity and a bunch of other things on top of looking flat, all right, looking good. So you want to be toned, think of your muscle, all right, especially for my ladies. Muscle is not your enemy. That's actually your bestie, all right? So 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat, all right? We got to work. So what that means is I like to eat based on my maintenance level because I'm not preparing for a show. I don't need to be super, super slim. It's all good. So why not eat to survive and thrive, guys, right? So I like to eat so that way I perform well, so that way I feel good, I feel at my best. And the best way to hit that is by maintenance. However, that does not mean that you eat your maintenance and you don't do shit, all right? That means you eat your maintenance and you do more. You do more, right? So let me see where I'm at right now. Good. So muscle sustainment is my number one priority. And based on burning the muscle, which we'll get into another episode, the lactic acid, all that stuff, really going for that burn, all right, prioritizing your muscle development. And there's so many different ways to go about that. Excuse me, guys. So I need to eat. I need to eat to sustain that process, all that good stuff, right? So begin by eating your maintenance calories. And if you do not know how to do that, I'd be happy to put you on, all right? Breaking that down, very simple. It takes knowing your about, on average, like your body fat, your weight, your height, your gender, your age, all that stuff. Throw that into a source such as calculator.net. I believe that's the name of the source, under body fat. Measure it out. It'll give you your caloric breakdown. We're very much in modern society where technology is taking over, and we no longer have to do the tedious long equations that I used to have to do when I first learned all this stuff. So use your sources. You can Google them. You'll find them. Plug in that information. Get your calories. Boom, bam, boom. MyFitnessPal also provides you like an average. Granted, what I said in the beginning, guys, don't come from my head. It's not an absolute. This is an experiment. Stay with me, okay? So as an experiment, you get your MyFitnessPal up and you get your, estimation and your calories, bam, boom. I like to keep a balance system in my food. So like about a 40-30-30. So when it's asking for you for the percentage of your macronutrient distribution, I like to prioritize my protein with about 30%, but on average, you can get away with 20% maybe. So 20 to 35%. And then the rest distributed based on your favorite food. So if you like more carbs, and mind you, this is not an elimination diet, but if you do see that your body's not responding well, then maybe there's some things that you need to evaluate. And I say get a doctor. I recommend get a doctor, but don't just blindly go see a doctor. Instead, get your blood levels checked, learn what they are compared to where the level should be, and then address that. It may be that you might have some gluten, allergies. It may be that you have a leaky gut. There's so many possibilities. So mind you, this is just to get you started, and it works for your average person, fully functioning body that just needs a little bit of direction. But if there's anything that is that needs some extra attention, please, please, please see your doctor. Now, moving forward. Now, the calories that you're burning, your activities that you're burning is based on a lot of factors, but I'm going to break down mine. Now, mind you, I am 115, 17 pounds. I'm not even 5'1" yet. I say, yeah, like I'm still growing. I'm 5 3/4, right? So with that said, I'm little, but I do a lot. I do the most. I stay on my feet all day. I move a lot, and I'm lifting weights for my clients. I'm lifting for myself. So I keep myself active. All right. These muscles are made all day long. Right. So with that in mind, I like to use my fitness tracker, and mind you, I have a Samsung. Over here is a Samsung watch, Galaxy watch, right? So there's so many different versions. The most famous one nowadays is your Apple, but I'm trying something different here just so I can get some experiences. I already know how the Apple watches work. Android is different for me, so I'm giving that a shot now. I do feel like it overshoots your calories, because the way that I was burning calories when I was tracking through my Apple Watch and the way I'm burning here, very different story. However, you can still get away with that, and I'll show you how. So I begin by eating my maintenance calories, and like I said, simplicity. Right now, after experimenting for the last month, because my body has gone through so many transitions, so I needed to get into the lab real quick, cook it up, and see where I'm at. Based on my experimentation, it takes about 2,000 calories a day, as long as I keep my activity the way that I have them broken down now, right? So 2,000 calories a day allows me to maintain. I've been getting a lot of compliments lately, letting me know that I'm getting tighter, all that good stuff. Asking me if I'm preparing for a show, and I'm like, me? Nah. Are you starving? No, I ain't starving. Muscles are full, I like to think. So that means I'm eating decent. I track it on my FitnessPal. And basically is a 2,000 calorie, 40, 30, 30 breakdown. Boom, done. Alrighty, my priority is protein. How I consume the rest, whether it's carbs or fats, doesn't matter. Depends on the desire of the day. But we don't want to complicate it. This is just day-to-day function. You want to eat more nuts, eat more nuts. Just know that you're going to eat through your calories faster, because it's double the amount of energy provided in your fat sources, even if they're healthy, compared to your carbs. So this is why it's imperative for you to know portion control, and there's no way around math, right? So this is the easiest way to do it. But now to expel them, you're burning 1 pound of fat or 3,500 calories, and you're not deducing it from your food because you're eating for maintenance. Instead, you're doing so through activity, right? And when I say maintenance, it's based on your activity. You can calculate that on the website. That is the amount that you're going to eat. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to maintain your body composition, but you may maintain your weight. Your weight might not change, because you're going through a process of balancing out your body composition through work, guys. Work. I like that. All right. Hard work. Get it down. Right. So you begin by eating your maintenance calories. I must have said that like 20 times. I love to eat, but properly fuel the work that's coming ahead. And let's say that's not working for you guys, and you want to deduct like maybe 100 calories a day, 50 calories here and there, whatever, just not too much, too drastic, too soon. But give yourself about a month on this plan. Now, to show you how I calculate, if you calculate this correctly based on your individual needs, so that means that what I'm giving you right now, do not box it in and think that you're going to fit in there. This has worked for me. Mind you guys, you want to experiment, have fun in the lab a little, cook it up with yourself, get to know you. This is all about a relationship with you, right? So just to give you a little blueprint that has worked for me, guys, okay, we want to burn. But guess what? Not just burn, like go for 1,500 calories a day. That's unsustainable, unrealistic to continue on to be able to ensure that the fat stays at bay, guys, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. The best way to do this is by prioritizing your muscle tissue. Who would have thought? My ladies, it always breaks my heart when my ladies tell me, I just don't want to get so big. I don't want to focus on muscle. Guys, there's such a thing as getting fat, And guess what? The people who only prioritize cardio over anything and get to their desired weight goal, but are not at their desired tonality, physicality, and all that good stuff, when they drop off the gym, which typically happens because there's no motivation back there, right? You're skinny fat, you don't feel strong, you don't feel your best. You end up falling off, guys. You end up falling off, and we don't want that. And now that you fell off, you're eating like crap, all that stuff, back to your old habits. You're gonna put on the weight again. So it's not a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Let's prioritize the right tissue, and then we'll be able to make progress in the desired goal, be able to sustain that. Even if you have to take a month off because of a vacation, a trip, a travel, you're sick, whatever the case is, there's no true guilt back there, because when you're back on it, the muscles are like, juice, juice, juice. We missed this, you know? So train your muscles to want to work hard. They're like your babies, all right? You gotta train them. You gotta get them wanting to work, right? So this is my breakdown, right? 5 times a week is what I work. All right. I used to do 6, sometimes even 7 when I was training for competition, but I was obsessed on a level, different level. Right now, I'm just trying to live, guys. And I realized after trial and error, I was trying 3 days to be the average guy and be like, you know what? I'm busy as fuck. So let's at least try to get something in. Not happy with 3, tried 4, but I was like, I'm already at 5. I'm only 1 day away. Then now here we are. So 5 days a week, consistently, I'm making sure that I work out. And my priority is not cardio. Cardio is the last thing to go. The first thing that I hit is my muscles after a good warm up and activation of the muscles that I have already strategically planned to hit. And I'll get down to that one into a future episode as to how I work out on the floor. It is all a game that I play, and it works wonders. Oh my God, my brain loves it, and so do my muscles. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. But for now, the overall, the big picture, the big piece before we slice them up, right? The breakdown is 5 days a week. And how that works is that for those 5 days, I want to burn 3,500 calories, right? What that look like is 700 calories a day. So I tend to go a little bit above your average 500 calories, which is what they say that you should be burning. If you look at Apple Watch's facts, little fitness trackers, information online, they let you know that about 500 calories is what they recommend, 300 minimum, 500 to at least be fit. Well, I go to 700, guys. Why? Because I want 2 days of a rest. By the time that I'm done in my 5th day, and it gives me 2 days to play around, say in the middle of the week, I'm exhausted, guys, right? I'm exhausted, but I have planned for Saturday and Sunday to take it off. What that look like is I probably will take a Wednesday off because I'm really tired, but then I'll move it over to my Saturday because I owe me that 5. There's no way that I'm not going to get that 5 because my goal is on burning these calories and sustaining it as much as possible. So consistency matters, right? So 5 days I'm burning 700 calories. You can go ahead and update that in your tracker over here. 700 calories keep you focused, right? Now you can go ahead and run marathons upon marathons and get it done, but that's not the way that I want you to burn your calories. Peep game. You're gonna, for example, I like to track 400 calories burned minimum in strength, right? I'm trying to give as much as possible. So break down that half and go a little bit more. 400 calories minimum, all to strength. And granted, on leg days, big muscle groups is gonna be a little bit more. Love it. So that takes care of that. However, let's say I hit 450 calories. That means that I have 250 calories to complete my 700. I am trying to get it done during my gym session because I cannot guarantee that life is going to allow me the time or the ability to stay active. Honestly, I have learned a lot from my clients nowadays, and life is very, very, very unpredictable. So you got to have the best plan in mind, and I'm going to go for that 5-mile run later and never happens, right? But if you can guarantee that during that hour meeting that you're at the gym, you're getting it done, burn those calories, get that 700 done, right? If that doesn't work for you, if it feels too much, which it can for some, especially when you're just getting started, then bring it down and work your way up to a certain caloric goal that allows you to maintain that sustainability that is realistic for you, okay? But this is mine. So 700 calories a day, 5 days a week, hit my 3,500 calories, and then because only a certain amount is coming from strength, due to the fact that when you're resting, you're burning more calories than you do in your cardio session, right? Once the cardio is done, you're done, right? You might burn a little bit more as your heart rate is coming back down to recovery numbers, but strength, baby, when you burn it, ooh, that kitchen be hot. When you burn in and you're resting and you're sleeping and you're pooping and you're eating and you're burning. Now your metabolism has risen. As long as you're feeding, you're fueling, you're resting, recovering the muscles properly, you're raising your metabolism, which means that now you're going to be burning more just to process food, just to stay alive, just to help you breathe, right? And who doesn't want that? That's why I say muscle longevity, right? So make sure I'm not missing anything. Whatever you don't burn in your strength training session, this is why I say do this first. You want to burn that in your cardio session. In the cardio is where whatever's left over, you complete that, right? So right now I'm playing a little game to train my clients to be able to endure longer in cardio. So that way, whatever the day's requirement is no brainer. Just get it done. Cardio should not be hell, but it does suck. But it does aid. It does help. So let's say if I can't get all of my calories out from my strength, I pull out my little aid, bring that out, get me to the finish line. Now I'm done. Now I can leave guilt-free from the gym, knowing that I did my day's work, right? I like to get it done in the very beginning of my day because guess what? I'm still awake and I'm still functioning throughout the day. So whatever calories I burn from just daily activity, daily functioning, bonus points, bonus points. And when I tell you, it's like a video game in my head. Every single day I wake up, I'm playing a game with myself and I'm trying to beat those levels. I'm just trying to keep winning this game. Priorities. Fuel, right? Eat to fuel your muscles, not to starve them. Strength train. Prioritize muscle. All right? You're eating for your muscle and you're working for your muscle. The fat will burn off because you are burning the energy that is stored within your body to sustain and build those muscles. And rest, guys. Rest. Hydration is important. Sleep is important. Your fuel is part of your recovery as well. But yeah, that's basically it. Very simple, right? A little bit difficult to sustain because it does require discipline. So as a byproduct of focusing on you and not really what everybody else is doing, and making sure that you're hitting these plans and you're checking, I highly encourage you that at least on a monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly, depending on how hard and heavy your goals are, how you're feeling, you're measuring out. And when I say measure, I don't mean your weight. Okay? If you're working with a professional, you can definitely get your body composition figured out. Make sure that the right one is moving up and the right one is moving down. However, let's say you don't have that. Yes, check your weight because you shouldn't be jumping like 10 pounds in a fucking month or whatever. So at least for weight management, not a problem, but don't depend on it. Let's say you shoot up 1 or 2 pounds. It's not time to have a pity party. So let's prevent that. Instead, use the weight, but then also use your clothes and use your tape measures. Measure out those areas, especially your waistline. Your waistline is a big, big determining factor of your overall health and wellness, right? That's where all of your organs, important tissues, all that stuff is in the center. So if you have too much fat lying over it, compressing them, there are very likely chances to suffer from some sort of health ailments like, diabetes, cardiovascular illnesses, things like that. So this is a great measurement tool. Now, a little side note, my way of cardio, I'm not a fan of killing myself just to get those calories out. I see people do it all the time, especially those that go to classes. And I'm like, I hope it works for you, but that's not a way that I approach my fitness journey because I don't have fun that way. Instead, I do take my fitness classes. I go hard, but that's because I go into a trance. I'm not thinking about the calories. I'm just enjoying my cardio. I try very hard to find ways to enjoy my cardio instead of putting myself through punishment. I like to celebrate my body for what it's capable of doing. I like to fuel my spirit and my mind with the things that I enjoy. And I'm no longer in the business of punishing my body just to get the results that I think I'm working towards, when in fact it doesn't work that way. Do not raise your cortisol level, guys, to try to get a quick fix. Don't raise your cortisol levels, guys, to just look a certain way because it's not sustainable, all right? It's really not. Take it from me. Been there, done that. This is what keeps me coming back. I love it. This is my new version of a video game. I feel like a kid every time I'm at the gym and I'm doing this every single day. I'm enjoying the process because I feel like I just picked up my console and I'm going in. I'm playing my game, right? This is my GTA, live in the flesh. So the breakdown for my strength training is coming up next. There's a regime that I follow via my numbers. And yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in the next one. You want to play a game? All right, let's have fun with it. Stay active, guys. Stay active and come to my channel to get active, but with intention. All right. If your goals are anything like what I've achieved, by all means, stay listening to me because I got you. And if it don't work, trust me, I am mad at it. I am mad at it. It's your life. It's your journey. I'm just hoping to be able to provide you some information that you could sprinkle along your way to make it a little bit easier because ain't nobody really helped me, but I picked up notes along the way, applied it, tried it, didn't work, applied it, tried it, didn't work. So if I can provide you the same tools to your disposal that you can put into your personal life and be like, see, it worked for Jazzy, but it's not working for me. Let me try the next one. Let me try the next one. Have fun. But once you find that one thing that sticks, do not deviate from it. There's been many times for the last few years that before I concluded this as my actual process, my actual program, the way that working out works for me, right? Before I legitimized it and finalized it into a blueprint, I had a lot of people deviating me, telling me, nah, but this is the way that it works, nah, but this is the way that it works. So now stay right here. That's too absolute. But I'm like, I'm not absolute completely. It's just something that works for me. I like it. I had to get down in the nitty gritty, completely isolate myself from the world, from everybody's stories and everybody's, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. Get down into it, and I constructed a program that works for me. I am now selling that program out to the masses. I'm training my active physical clients through them. And mind you, again, it's not one glove fits all. So even though it sounds like, yeah, you're boxing it up. No, not. No, not. That's why I cannot give you this blueprint unless you're my client in a way that's going to work for you. So I'm hoping that with this general information, you get into your experimentation, all right? Treat your body like the experiment that it is for you, right? So that way you get the results that you want. And then ensure that you work and you work and you work to sustain it because you can't wish for something that you're not working for, right? And then get mad when you're not getting it because you're not working for it. So try this out if nothing else has worked before for you, okay? It's just a numbers game. There's no elimination diet. I still eat however I gotta, I just make sure that I get my proteins in and I fill in the space of my calories with whatever I need in relation to carbs and fats. And there's no like, I'm eating my salads every day. I don't like salads, guys. I don't like greens. I just make sure to have my nutrients however I need to. So I'll throw my lettuce in my burger. I eat, guys. I eat. So let's fuel properly. Let's burn them out correctly. And let's get these gains. All right. So I'll see you on the next one. You like this video, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. You already know how that goes. All right. Keep me coming back. You know, I'm going to keep coming back anyway. This is my page. My page. But give me some valuable feedback so that way I know what to come back with. Bring those sources to you. And let's continue to elevate and grow together, guys. All right. Much love. Thank you for staying with me. And I hope you took something very valuable from this that you can apply furthermore. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.